Shamar.
What's going on YouTube?
Washington.
This is Jamar here once again. And Tawanda put up the little church finger like, wait. She was like, hold on, I have a comment. And then she finished up the rest of her stuff saying that this is stupid. We're sisters. We're supposed to love each other. We're supposed to support each other. This, that, and the fourth. And I just don't understand why we have this, animosity. How we're supposed to finish this album when there's tension. All this other stuff. Tawanda was like, excuse me. First of all, I want to be known that I didn't ask anybody to take Tawanda's side. At the end of the day, nobody cared how I felt. No one cared! Did y'all get scared just now? Because that was how I was. Tawanda went from 0 to 100,000 million point 2 in under 6 seconds, okay? She was banging on shit. She done pushed the glass over. Now see, Miss E and everybody else sitting in that close proximity, y'all good, because I'm about to hold up, bitch. I don't give a fuck what your problem is, but you ain't gonna sit here and push glass on me, ho. I don't give a fuck. And then, ooh, Miss E, you have the patience of a saint. Because Miss E even tried to keep her calm. She was like, Tawanda, you can't do that. And she was like, yes, I can. I would have been like, oh, bitch, I'm about to snatch the fuck out this weed. Bitch, I brought you into this motherfucking world. I would take you out. That's why I wanted Miss B to get gangster for a second. Because she was yelling at her. I'm like, who you getting loud with now? Who? Woo. I'm just saying, Tawanda, girl, I know you had your feelings, but I mean, that's your mama. She was like, yes, I can. I'm going to say, oh. Girl, child, let that have been a real, I know Miss E has to keep it classy and things of this nature, but let that have been a mama down here in the rural areas in the country. She would have snatched Tawanda so fast. Ooh, girl. What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Jabari 4 here once again. That was this thing just popped and it scared the hell out of me. And we're here to review Braxton Family Values, Season 4, Episode 2, Sisters on the Verge. Now, hopefully, this video actually gets uploaded in its fucking entirety. Because last week, the video only put up 10 minutes. I don't know why I did that. Whatever. Because that video was like 19 minutes long. So I only gave y'all half, so they shaded y'all. Y'all can get on YouTube for that shit. But we're here to talk about episode 2. Hopefully this one uploads as it should. So we know last week stopped with Tawanda and her just explosion, and just her breaking point was just reached and peaked, and she done shed glass everywhere and cut bitches. Well, potentially cut bitches. And Trita starts this episode off by meeting up with Tawanda, to talk about what it was that happened, what was the tea. And basically Tawanda just felt like, since she's considered the responsible one, people don't consider her feelings because everybody just assumes, oh, Tawanda's fine. So they don't really ask her how she feels or concern how she feels, so they just assume that she's okay. And it's just been built up frustration over the years, and I guess it just decided to explode in that moment. This is, she was tired of people caring so much about Tamar's feelings because, Tamar's the baby, which naturally in large families, the baby is usually the one who has that complex of, oh, everybody's supposed to take care of me, and everybody else who are like the older siblings feel responsible to take care of their younger sibling, whether it be their younger brother or younger sister. So that's probably just naturally how it goes. And since Tawanda's always been that the sister to kind of keep everybody else in lines, so to speak, you don't really consider, okay, well, how does Tawanda feel herself? Like we just assume since you're the one fixing everybody, then you can fix yourself. I wanted to believe that's how I interpreted that whole situation. So they go to this 3-day sisters retreat with Dr. Sherry. Day 1, they all sit around at the table. And Dr. Sherry says, pretty much that everybody has played a role in this demolishing of the sisterhood. And she asked, well, Tawanda, what do you think? What are you feeling right about now? And Tawanda basically just felt like, from what happened in New York City, that she was not being heard. She became frustrated, and therefore she lashed out. And she's like, okay. She went over to Tamar. Said, Tamar, what do you think your role is? What do you think, how you feeling? What do you think can change or something like that? Tamar just was like, she does not know, and yet and still, Tamar just does not know what she did. She says she's the only one that apologizes. She's the only one that attends people's events and this, that, and the fourth. And so she just doesn't know what it is exactly that she has done. Or she is unbeknownst to it. She doesn't see it. And of course, by her saying that, all the rest of the sisters just kind of get like a little agitated, like, once again, Tamar's perfect. Tawanda was like, I didn't know we was in the room with Jesus, because Tamar just does nothing wrong. And I can understand how that can be frustrating, because it's like, you want well, depending on who you ask, the main problem maybe being Tamar and her outbursts and her supposed brattiness is the cause, and since she doesn't know that she's the cause and just doesn't see it, or you feel like she's refusing to see it, it can be very frustrating. I can definitely see how that can be very frustrating. So, day 2. And once again, Dr. Sherry, no, I'll get to that. I'll get to it. Day 2 is this mountain thing. This is where the drama started, because, girl. So, apparently, after the whole Tawanda situation last week, when Tracy got up to go check on Tawanda, okay? I wish they would have got this on camera. Hell, they didn't got no cameras following Tracy and Tawanda, but whatever. Hell, they had cameras. We wouldn't have to wonder what happened. We could see. Anyway, apparently Tamar was still in the vicinity, and Tamar was in passing of Tracy as Tracy was going after Tawanda, and Tamar said something on the lines of, oh, well, yeah, you need to go and get your girl. And for some reason, I guess Tracy took that as, why you need to say it like that, or something to that effect. And so I guess she lunged at her. On Tamar's side, she said she lunged at her, called her a bitch, this, that, and the fourth. And Tracy says that she was just so taken aback that she would say something like that. And I guess she got into Tamar's vicinity, and assistant, whoever the assistant's name is, I do not know, apparently grabbed Tracy up to prevent him from getting any closer to Tamar. And Tracy believes that, that was a form of assault, or put his hands on her. Like, she felt offended, so to speak. And then Tamar is just looking at it like, he was protecting me from you being on people's face. And apparently they did show receipts of Tracy getting up in, Tamar's face on multiple occasions, even when she was pregnant. And so they're here at this day 2 of this retreat, and Tracy is the only one that's not in the car, because I guess something about, she sees that Tamar's assistant is going, and she feels some sort of a way, and all this, that, and the fourth. And then this initially sets Tamar off in the car, because she's like, everybody else gets to have assistants. There's no reason for her to feel some sort of a way. It's like, all of a sudden, it's like, when everybody else has a problem, it's fine, but if Tamar speaks up and has something to say, everybody's against her, and she just got like really, really frustrated and pissed off. And she just felt like disrespected. And so that just carried on. That lit the fire. That just carried on from the entire episode. It really did, as far as Tamar is concerned. Because, baby, after they had that whole discussion, because I don't even remember what it was that Trina said. I don't know if she was saying that something about Tracy not doing getting up in people's faces or not. I don't know. But Tamar went off. There was some pizza involved, some kind of pizza analogy. Onions, pepperonis, I don't know what. But it's something that Trina said concerning Tracy's situation that set Tamar off. So they get to Dr. Sherry. Dr. Sherry comes in and asks what happened. You know, she asks Tony what happened. She says, long story short, Tamar's assistant put his hands on Tracy, and then Tamar's just like, really? And you know, Tamar's just being extra and all that stuff. And she just tries to emphasize how disrespected she feels and how angry and frustrated she is. So Tamar gets out the car and just leaves, and you know, says that that was that part where Dr. Sherry followed her, and she said that this is my last scene and season, because apparently she just got like to the point where every time she says something, she is attacked. They just expect her to just shut up. They can say whatever they want to her, do whatever they want to her, and it'd be okay. And she's like, that ain't how I'm built. And what makes it so difficult is that you can understand both sides of the argument. I can definitely understand how the sisters can get very frustrated with Tamar, but also I can see how everybody else kind of does revolve all their issues around Tamar. When you can see Tamar try sometimes. However, the main thing that Tamar needs to change is when there is a discussion, when there is a dispute, you stay in the situation. You do not leave, because if you leave, it causes more friction and separation because you're not there to diffuse the situation. So that's mainly what her old issue is, and that definitely came true in this particular episode. So Tamar leaves, and she talks to Dr. Sherry about, you know, the whole situation and what happened with Tracy, and she just convinces her to come on back. Then they get to this room where they're trying to, you know, sit and talk with Dr. Sherry, and Tawanda's sitting there and just goes like, looking around the rooms like, And then here go Tamar, is right, because hell, this is some old bullshit. I don't need this bullshit in my motherfucking life. Tawanda saying shit under her breath again, like always, like, ooh, I can't wait to get this childish shit over with. I was like, whoa. Whoa. You went from 0 to motherfucking 10,000, girl. You was doing the motherfucking most, Tamar. You were. I understand her frustration, but you was doing the most. You were paranoid. You were like ready to set off at any moment. Okay, anything they did, you was ready to come and just lay, you know, rip people new assholes, basically. She asked Tracy about, you know, her side of the story, and pretty much Tracy just made it seem like the guy was overly aggressive. She was saying over and over again, you know, I would never do anything to my sisters, this, that, and the fourth. And pretty much Tamar was just trying to emphasize, like, look, y'all ain't gonna sit here and act like Tracy never lunges at me, mom, or dad. Okay? And they played many clips where she did get in her face and kind of, you know, use her words. So that part is true. They probably shouldn't be able to say that. And even Tawanda said, or even Tamar said to Tawanda, you had to get between, well, not necessarily get between me and Tracy, but she had to hold Tracy back from Tamar one time. It looked like it was a reunion special. I can't remember. But everybody was trying to call Tamar a liar, and she was not having it. She just got upset, and it was just this whole big deal. And this is the thing. Dr. Sherry, you ain't doing shit. Okay? I need you to get rowdy with their asses. That's why I said they need to have the season premiere of Iyanla Fix My Life needs to be with the motherfucking Braxtons. Okay? She would get them together. Okay? Because, baby, y'all know how y'all be going off. And don't give two fucks who you are. She will let you know. So that's why I said they need to have some Iyanla in their lives. Because, baby, this old Dr. Sherry, well, how do you feel? What do you think your responsibility? No. Nuh-uh. who need to hear that a thing is a motherfucking thing. I'm just saying, because Tamar was on one this whole episode. And so pretty much after that, when Dr. Sherry said, oh, well, you know, let's leave out, Tamar said gladly. And Tamar left the retreat entirely. I'm just like, oh, well, there she goes again. And so they just said, well, fuck it. So they do this little spider web exercise where, you know, the girls have to help each other make it through this little confined spider web contraption thing. And they pretty much just had to help each other and trust each other and listen to one another. And Tony was having issues because Tony realized that she's like a control freak and she doesn't want to relinquish control to her sisters because she's so used to running the reins and stuff. So she was like, okay, well, you know, I learned that, you know, one of my problems is I'm a control freak and this, that, and the fourth. I'm just like, well, naturally, because you're the oldest sister, so naturally everybody else is your little babies in your eyes, so you feel like you're supposed to watch out for everybody. Excuse me. Then they do this leap with Tawanda, and they wanted Tawanda to do the leap because she's like the main one who, I guess, has an issue relying on her sisters to back her up because, you know, like she said, she didn't feel like she was being heard, so she climbed on this pole and she's supposed to grab this trapeze bar or something like that. And if she misses, then her sisters will be there to, you know, help her down. And she tries and, you know, she does miss the bar, but, you know, her sisters guide her down to safety. And she was like, you know what, this is a great exercise, you know, for everybody. We just needed that moment where we all had to depend on each other and whatnot. It was nice. It was nice. It almost looked like she missed that pole on purpose just to see if they would help her ass. Because I was like, she didn't really reach for it. She just kind of jumped at it. But anyways, Dr. Sherry convinces Tamar to come back. And, you know, everybody else is sitting at the table. Like, you know, this is the next day, the final day, by the way. Everybody's sitting at the table talking about, you know what, yesterday was great. The exercise was great. We feel better. You know, we were able to release some stress, do this, blah, blah, blah. And everybody was kind of happy. And here go Tamar sitting at the other side of the table. Excuse me. I ain't wanting to sit here around and be fake like ain't nothing happened yesterday. So everybody else had an opportunity to kiki kaka and all that other stuff, and I didn't get to just do that. So I ain't gonna sit around and be fake. And everybody else was like, well, shit, had you stayed, you would have had the same experience that we did. And so she's like, well, what's the point of staying? It was gonna be the same old, same old. Like, no. Had you stayed, Tamar, this is the thing. This is what you need to work on. She believes that, you know, removing herself from the situation is the best way to handle it. Now, as you can see, you've been leaving situations for years. It hasn't worked. So it's time for you, Ms. Braxton, to do something differently. And I believe that you would have had some sort of a breakthrough, especially the Tawanda leap, in my opinion, if you had stayed and went through the exercise. At least you would have been to the same level of zen as the rest of the sisters. But you didn't do that. And so you kind of missed out on that opportunity, and it kind of made you even more ostracized from the other sisters. But it is what it is. This is only the second episode, and they've already just shown like so much, at least from like the trailer. I thought they would spread this out a little bit further, but no, it is what it is. I'm hoping that this sort of intensity stays and is still good for the rest of the season. But thank you guys so much for watching this episode review of the Braxton Family Values. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed what you watched. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.
Like, share, subscribe.
Washington.